SD. SD.
My name is Jim. My call sign is K7WA. And back in 1976, we were first allowed to select a call sign of our choice, and since I'm in Washington, I picked WA. And I've had it since about 1976. I'm here because I like to come out to field day, set up antennas, radios, but I live on a very small city lot, so I can't put up big antennas where I live. But I like to build antennas, and I like to use antennas. So,
would you describe what you have here, the 3-element beam on the ladder?
Well, okay, starting with the antenna, it's a 3-element Yagi. It operates on 3 different bands. Our frequency bands have different wavelengths, kind of like a piano string has different wavelengths for different pitches. So the antenna on the top there, the longest elements are for the 20-meter band. And then you see the lump, there are a couple of lumps on each side. Those shorten the antenna electrically for different frequencies. So the medium band is this 15-meter band, and then the shortest length is for the 10-meter band. So with one antenna we can operate on 3 different frequency bands.
How tall is it? How high in the air?
The ladder is about 30 feet tall.
How did it do in the wind today?
It twisted a little bit. The ladder twists in the wind, but the antenna and everything else is just fine. My partner Rob built the tower. On my suggestion, I was going to use a shorter extension ladder that I have, and he said, "Oh no, I've got a big one. I'll go with that idea." So Rob is kind of a mechanical genius, and he figured the tower out. I put the antenna together, and it's been very successful so far. We've had contacts as far as New Zealand, Japan, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, El Salvador.
Are you using your dipole, or have you used it yet?
The other antenna is a longer antenna for a lower frequency band. It's built for the 80-meter band, but we're able to use it also on the 40-meter band by tuning it with an antenna tuner. We used it last night just to test it out, and we talked to some East Coast stations last night. And I expect we're going to be using it after dark through the night tonight.
And would you describe this far antenna here with the blue stepladder?
The far antenna is called a stepper. It's made by a company in Bellevue. It's a hollow fiberglass tube, and there's a motor at the bottom that drives a copper strip up and down the tube to make it different lengths, again, for different frequency bands. So that's one antenna that can cover a lot of different frequencies by physically adjusting the length of the conductor inside the fiberglass tube.
And could you tell us about your enclosure here, how this came down?
These luxury accommodations are provided by the U-Haul company. I've used a similar setup with other groups. We go out in the field for a contest called the Washington Salmon Run, and we've gone to different counties around the state to remote locations, and we take everything in the trailer, and when we get to the location we haul all the stuff out of the trailer, set up our station inside. So this is a little bit small and cramped, but it's working out okay for 2 people at a time.
Very good. Thank you, Jim. What you got in there?
Well, we have a high-frequency transceiver. It's called an Hadlock K7WA, and it's a very sophisticated radio. It's actually a software-defined radio. It's a computer with a radio front end and an audio back end, in effect. So the radio signal is converted to digital. A lot of the processing is done digitally, and then it's converted to audio so we can hear it. And on the transmit side, it goes the other way. You talk into the microphone or you key the transmitter. It's a digital signal converted to radio, and it operates at 100 watts, which is about the power of an incandescent light bulb. But again, we can talk all over the world with 100 watts. It's one of the challenges and one of the fun things we get to do. The radio is connected to the computer through an interface. And so we can control the frequency of the radio with the computer. We can control different modes. We can send our Morse code with the computer. We still have to hear it by ear and type in the call sign and the location of the station we're talking to. And see, the computer, it is our logging computer and the radio control computer. So we keep a log of all the contacts we make on the computer as well.
Thank you. Very nice. It looks like things are going well for you.
So far, so good. We're we're up to about 400 contacts in about 6 hours. So
thank you, Jim.
We're talking to lots of people and having a good time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
F5, F2.